Hi guys, happy Saturday. I am really bright right now, so let me try and turn this down a bit. And I'm gonna invite, so hold on 1 second. Okay. And then, okay, and then 2 more seconds, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So, like I always start these videos, if you're just jumping on, go ahead and comment something so that I know that it's working. And it is storming right now. So if for some reason I do freeze, please let me know that I'm freezing, and then I will stop the video, because I don't want to keep doing the video if like your screen is completely frozen and you have no idea what I'm saying. I was hearing like a bunch of sirens and stuff in the back. I don't hear it much now, but it is storming right now. So yeah, if you're jumping on, just say hello so I know that it's working and that I can interact with you guys during this live, and then we will get started. Hello, thank you. Okay, so it's working. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so as you know by the title of this video, I'm going to talk about like putting yourself first, how that can be neglectful and intentional, because I think that we talk about the idea of like being selfish. It is good to be selfish. However, there is a thin line between being selfish to make sure that you're okay and taking care of yourself, and then on the other side of that, it's where you're being neglectful and you're just being legit selfish, that negative selfish that we automatically think of. I feel like I want to stop using the term like self-love and self-care, even though that's what it is. But I feel like we have taken on this label. Excuse me. That was so gross. We have taken on this label where like we attach it to materialistic things. So like self-love, go out and get your nails done. That is really great, but that's not like the only way you can show your self-love. You don't have to go on a shopping spree because you deserve it. To go on this fancy retreat because you need it. Like, yes, those are great things and those are part of self-love and self-care, but those are not the only things. There are some people that need to take time to take care of themselves, but they may not have, the money to do those things of going to a spa and going to get their nails done. A simple thing you can do is literally sit down in silence and read a book. Okay, that's self-care. But I feel like we don't really focus on that. We focus more on things that like services that we can pay for to make sure that we're good. While that is all great, that is not the only thing. So it is really, really important, especially as women, especially as mothers, that we make sure we are okay. We are so used to taking care of everyone around us, our husbands, our kids, our boyfriends, whatever it is. And sometimes we can just keep going and going and going and going until we run ourselves out on E. Okay? If you feel me, drop some hearts, because I am very much guilty of that, where I can just burn myself out because I'm just doing. And my needs I consider last. But the truth is, we shouldn't consider ourselves last. We shouldn't consider our needs last. Making sure that we're okay first is very, very important. It's like when you're on a plane and they tell you if something happens to the plane and the plane is going down, do not put the oxygen mask on your kids first. You need to put it on you first. Because if you cannot make sure you're okay, you cannot be helpful for the person next to you. The same way, if you are not okay mentally, spiritually, whatever it is, you cannot be the best mother. You cannot be the best wife. You cannot be the best friend if you are not okay. A lot of the time we are just pouring out into people constantly, just like making sure they're good, making sure that their needs are being met, that we are depleting ourselves of all of these things that are going to make us keep going. And the truth is, once you reach that point where you give, and you haven't filled yourself up with anything, you're going to burn out and you are going to break. And that's when depression is going to creep in. That's where resentment is going to creep in. And those are not good feelings to have, guys. Hello. Hi, girl. So we need to make sure that we are taking care of our needs. And for me, the past 2 weeks, I've been taking time out of my day to make sure that I'm okay. It's been rough. I am not going to front. I just finished reading The Miracle Morning. Guys, I recommend that book so much. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. He talks a lot about it for entrepreneurs, but it really relates to anybody. It's just like getting in the habit of getting up early to do certain things for yourself that's going to set you up for the day to be productive and to just have the best day ever. For me, I used to be such a morning person, and I kind of slipped back. I just kind of like wake up when the kids wake up. But the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to wake up at 5 a.m. to meditate, to pray, to visualize, to journal, to work out, and all of these things. And when I first read the book, I was like, oh, it's definitely not going to be me. But I won't lie, guys. I've been so productive in the last 2 weeks. Don't want to tell you too much of what I've been working on, but it's going to be very exciting when I tell you. But getting back to what I'm talking about, those things were important for me. And me getting up at 5 a.m., doing those things made me realize how neglectful I've been to myself. Not taking time out of my day where I'm not being a mom and where I'm not being a wife, but I'm just being me. I'm being Lauren. And taking time to reflect and taking time to pray, taking time to silence my mind, because my mind is like a freaking computer where there's like 1,001 tabs open, and I close one and I open another, and then I go to sleep, I close my eyes, and I just see like all 15 tabs open. I've been trying to like turn that off because, we're human beings, and when we're not physically working, we're mentally working. And what it's taught me and what has helped me do is to really be present in my time with like my kids. I've really been focusing on like putting the phone away and just like being present with them. But that alone, getting up at 5 a.m. to, exercise and to pray and to do all these things, this was important to me. And I did it because I want to make sure that I'm okay, that when I'm with my kids, I'm not distracted, I'm not frustrated, I'm not running on like a little bit of patience, I have energy to keep up with them, they are kids. Those things are important because, like I said, if I'm up with my kids and I'm just completely exhausted, I'm pissed off about the day before, I'm stressed out because of a situation, I can't be the best mom that I can be for them. Kids can read into that. They know when your energy is off. They know when mom is not right. They know when dad is not right. Whatever it is, if you're a male or a female watching this video, they know. Your friends know. Your family will know. Make sure that you are in the best place that you can be mentally and spiritually and physically so you can be the best person for them. Did you just order it? Oh my God, girl, you are going to love it. Let me know how you like that book. And what I wanted to talk about too is like there's a thin line. So we all talk about like self-love and self-care. We want to be very, very careful that when we are doing these things, they are not taking us away from our priorities or from our duties, but really helping us to be able to perform those duties and be able to focus on the priorities at hand. So if you're doing something that is taking you away, and like I said, if you are not a mom and you're watching this video, if I keep using mom terminology, like, just don't worry. Like, as a woman, wherever you are in your life right now, it does relate. But I'm just going to use moms as an example because I'm a mom and it's easier for me to do that. If I just consider self-care, self-love as like a spa day, right? And I go to the spa for like 4 hours and I spend like $400 at the spa. I mean, if you got it, you got it. Kudos to you. Like, go ahead and spend it if you got it. But if I'm going for like out for 4 hours every week for a spa to make sure that I'm good, but I'm like neglecting my kids, I'm kind of just like, whoever can babysit them, like just take them please so I can do this. That's being neglectful and that's being selfish. I understand your intention might be right, but make sure when you're taking the time to do something for yourself, you do owe it to yourself. You do want to make sure that you're happy and your needs are being met, but it shouldn't be at the expense of the other people around you. So like I said, for me, making sure that I'm okay is waking up at 5 a.m. before my kids are up. I'm getting up with my husband when he goes to work. I decide to do that because I know that I can get these things done when my kids aren't awake. I have tried to do it when they are awake and it is difficult. I do get it done, but it's hard. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there is a thin line when you're being neglectful, and there's a thin line when you're really focusing on being the best you that you can be. And the truth is, right, $400 on myself, I would never do that. I can buy so many things with $400, like groceries. But that's the mom in us talking. I lost my train of thought. Oh my God. What was I saying? I don't know. But there is just a really fine line. And that's what the journey of life is about, is really making sure and learning how to take care of yourself, making sure that you're happy, making sure that you are at peace, making sure that, I don't know about you, but I feel like peace is like the new, like, rich. Like, if you have so much peace within your life, like, you are rich to me. That is success. I don't care how much money you have. I strive to have the most peace and joy in my life as I can, because that's really what it's all about. And like I said in the beginning of this video, we are so used to just doing and going until we like run out on E. And like, we cannot do that, guys. Like, my mom always like yells at me because I get gas when I'm like really low and like the light comes on, and she's like, why do you do that? Why do you wait until like the very last minute? If you see you're getting low, you should fill up your gas. And I feel like that's how we should look at our lives. Like, don't wait until we are so depleted of every piece of energy and every piece of joy and peace that we have in our life that then we have to fill up, because that's hard. It's really hard to like catch up to that. And then it just affects every single person in our life. We should make it a daily habit to make sure we are feeding our souls. We are focusing on bringing more joy into our life and doing things that actually make us happy. Because, I don't know, that's just what it should be, but we don't think like that. It's like the most common, simple ideas we just can't really grasp, because that's not how we were wired. We're just wired to keep going and going and going. And it's helped me even just being here from like New York, because that's the mentality, is to just like always go and go. But in order to just be peaceful and to like be present in the moment, we need to focus on making habits. Making habits that just becomes a lifestyle. Not something that you have to dread, like, oh my God, I have to wake up and do this. I have to wake up and pray, or, oh my God, I need to like journal. Do it because it makes you happy. And if you've never done it before, try it. It is transformational. I tell you that. And it's like one of those things you're like, I've never really journaled before. I've journaled off and on, but when I'm able to like write something down on paper to get it out, because I have a tendency to hold things back and like hold things in, it's the same way as letting it out without a freaking explosion, without having like a freaking tantrum, you know, like you just let out everything. And then sometimes you just start reading what you wrote and you're like, let me check myself. Like, how ungrateful do I sound? And that's not even that serious, you know? And then when I'm just able to like sit in peace and hear absolutely nothing but like birds outside of my window, it is something so peaceful and calming about it that I'm able to just like start my day with like, I have all the patience in the world right now. I'm grateful. Like, I could speak out of love now, because automatically when I used to just like wake up, my kids are coming and screaming, I'm so frustrated. And how many times have you done that? Just like waking up and you're like, oh my God, like here we go. That's your first thought when you open your eyes, like, oh, another freaking day, here we go. Like, we should never wake up like that. So kind of set yourself up where you're doing these habits daily, whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the night. I don't know what kind of life you have. I don't know what kind of job you have. So you fit it where you can fit in. If you can't wake up early, that's fine. But make sure you have moments and times in your day, even if you have to split it up, where you can focus on things that make you happy, that bring you fulfillment, and that bring you purpose in your life. It could be reading a book, guys. It could be like putting on your makeup. I don't know what it is. But you don't have to think of these like self-love things that all these companies are trying to like throw in our face, of where you have to spend thousands of dollars on. And of course I'm being extra and exaggerating, but you don't have to do these big things where you have to like go out and like pamper yourself. It's nice, but the smallest acts, the smallest habits really truly do make a difference. I'm going to read some of these comments. I know it's hard for me to spend $200 on hair. Oh my gosh, I know. I have actually kept, like, for the past 3 months, I've wanted to dye my hair. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I want to do it. But it's like, what is that really going to do for me? And, like, that money could be, like, it could go on something else. Like, yeah, the idea is cool, but I'd rather spend it on something else. Feeding our souls. Yes, it is very important to feed your soul, guys. It truly is. We also forget to help others. Yeah, so like in taking care of ourselves, we can be better for other people and be able to help people in a real and genuine way. Making habits to become a lifestyle. It has to. It's going to start off as a habit, but once you do it so much and you're accustomed, it's going to be a way of life for you. And that's how everything should be. The same way like when people diet, like diets don't last because you look at it as a diet and you're thinking like, I'm depriving myself of this, but it's easier when you just maintain it. It's a lifestyle to you. It's just how you start your day, how you live your normal day-to-day life. It's the perfect way to start the day. Yep. I talked to God about it, and then I realized I need to change how I think. Exactly. And that time alone with God will just start making you realize all of your worries. You start saying it to him. You start letting him know, and you start to just be like, what? Like, please change the way I think, and please change my response to this. Like, why am I so frustrated? So whether you say it out loud or you write it, you just start to realize how ungrateful we really are. It's kind of embarrassing. Mommy can have cereal at 7 a.m. Exactly. Like you just open your eyes and your kids are begging you because they're hungry, like make something right now. And it's like, dude, I just opened my eyes and now I'm frustrated. Like it is the most annoying feeling, and you don't mean to be that way, but it's because we haven't taken our time to like reset and start our day in the way that we can perform best. Yep, retraining yourself. Absolutely. Yes, reteaching yourself. Thank you, Lori. It is about reteaching ourselves, guys, because we are not wired this way. The way society is, like we don't think like this anymore. Like we don't think in the most simple terms. We think, first of all, we overthink, and we think everything is so complex, but it's really not. It's really not. So we need to reteach ourselves these ideas. And when you start to like really practice it and think about it, it makes perfect sense. You're like, why don't I do that, But it's just because the society just makes us think other things in other ways. But I hope that this video encourages you to like find something small, maybe start today, where you can start doing something for yourself that's going to start your day right or make your day right. Like I said, it doesn't have to start it, but make your day right to set you up for success, to be the best mom, to be the best wife, to be the best friend, sister, cousin, daughter, whatever it is. Something that can make you just a better person. What's one thing today that you can do that can help you be a better person? Think about that, and then, start to practice it. And I would love to know what that is. If there's something that you've automatically thought of that you can start doing, drop it below. I would love to hear about it. For me, I'm not going to lie, these past 2 days I've kind of fell off, and it's because something happened in my job and I was like really, really frustrated, and it really affected me. And I started to realize like it was taking me away from like being the best wife and mother that I can be. So my goal is to like get back to waking up at 5 a.m. or whatever time it is before the kids are up, to just take some time for me to reset, to sort out my feelings and my frustrations, and really come at peace with myself so I can have patience. I can remember how grateful I am and just be joyful of just the life that God has given me. So thank you guys for tuning in with me. I love you. Thank you for being here. And I'm so glad that this didn't freeze because, like I said, it was storming. So, yes, always looking for ways to grow and better yourself, because that is what life is all about. So thank you guys, and I will be back next Saturday, same time, and we will be talking about, I don't know. I'll let you know in a few days, though. Bye.